Sorry about everybody's little technical difficulty here on that one. It's dark. It shouldn't have been this dark. Yeah. We got I'm using Logitech capture, so it unfortunately kind of screws up the video a little bit here. Here, real quick. I didn't expect all this to go down like this. Of course, it always happens, right when you're in the middle of working on something. All right, see if I can brighten this up just a little bit. You know what? Here, let's see if I do this. There we go. All right, now we got some light here. All right, everybody. So as always, welcome back to the stream. I'm your host, KillJaden1. Tonight's Geek Night, we're going to be talking about New Mutants number 87, first appearance of Cable. It's great comic. Pretty. It's you learn about and you also get the first appearance of a Mutant Liberation Front. Some of the story behind that. Good comic itself. Not a bad read. Can definitely recommend it as a good comic to see if you can find, especially a high grade of it. Just kind of hard because they're a little pricey. So let's go ahead and roll right into this comic, the story behind it. We'll start with the story, what it's about, little details about it, and then we'll talk about this version, this copy I have myself. So to start, as I said, this is the first appearance of Cable, the first appearance of the Mutant Liberation Front, and you learn about Cable himself, with his actual name is Nathan Summers, which is the son of Cyclops. And you later learned, not in really this comic, but you learn about, in later comics, you learn that he actually becomes the mentor of the New Mutants. So this is kind of like his first appearance. He's actually fighting the Mutant Liberation Front. Um, not a lot of details about it. It's kind of like I said, it's kind of the start of it. So you don't flesh out to later stories, but still it's a good starting point for Cable. Um, and you also learn later on that he battles a individual called Strife that he's after, who turns out to be his clone. Um, when you read the comics, you start to think Cable's the clone, when in reality Strife is the clone of him. Cable himself has a technovirus in him that he uses from his mother, Jean Grey, to fight the technovirus that's going through his body. He also goes up against Apocalypse, which is his main nemesis, and throughout the entire thing, that's his main nemesis is uh, uh, Apocalypse, who actually appears in the first time he appeared. Apocalypse himself, first time appears is in X Factor, which I'll be doing a stream about later next as well. Um, so yeah, it's definitely worth picking up if you can find a copy of this one. There are different versions. COVID 2.0 Electric Bungalow. What's going on, dude? How you doing, dude? Hope you're doing all right tonight. Um, yeah, and there's actually different versions of this copy. This is the orange. This is the red and orange cover. There's a dark brown, almost like a tealish red brown color. Good to hear, man. Good to hear. What you doing tonight? Um, and let me see, I should see. Let me pull it up here in 1 second. Actually, different versions of this. I'll tell you right now. 87 versions. Let's see. There are. Find them all. Let's do this here. Try to see if I can find the different versions of it. Because I remember there being at least 3 different versions of this comic. Right. Maybe there's only 2, but you've got the newsstand edition, the direct edition, and the other copy of this, which is like I said, it's like a reddish teal cover to it. This right here is a newsstand edition, seen right here by the label right here. Direct edition would have like the Spider-Man logo right here. Um, and let's see what's this copy in itself was actually a really good copy, as I got as graded as a 9.2. Value wise, it is valued at, find it here, value, because I keep a spreadsheet of all my comics that are, so I always know how much they're valued at. This copy here, let's see where we're at. New Mutants right here. This one here is valued at $170. When I purchased it, I got it for $50. So I ended up making a $120 profit on this comic alone. I've had it for about 4 years. I ended up actually picking it up at a comic book shop when I found it. Like I said, guys sold it to me $50. 4 years later, I ended up sending it off to get graded. Came back as a 9.2. So not too bad, not too bad of a copy. I was actually hoping for a 9.4, but the only issues with this one, there was a crease, I believe, on the crease somewhere. I know there wasn't any spine breakage. Let's see. The good thing is that when you send comics off to CBCS, they send a code right here. Code right there. You scan with your phone, and it'll actually pull up what the grading for it was, or what the issues were on it. So let's see what we got here. On this one, all you do is that, and it brings up the site. On this one, it loads at some point, maybe. Okay, there we go. This one just had was spine stress, barely breaks color, which you can see. You probably can't see it, but there's like a slight spine break right there, barely. Oops, barely noticeable. There's one more at the kind of the mid part. That's about it. The other issue was there's a tiny edge and corner wear and bends. So fortunately, it doesn't really. There was a tiny corner, so I'm trying to see if I can find it. Maybe right there. I'm just gonna double check. Yeah, if I had to guess, this probably right there at the very bottom. Almost not even noticeable. It's a slight, like, instead of being straight, it's kind of turns in like that. So that's the only. If it wasn't for those, this would probably be a 9.8, honestly. Um, so I might send it off one day to get regraded just to see if it ends up going up in grade. But I'm pretty happy with the 9.2 on this one for right now. No real reason to send it back off to get any further grading. And as always, you do enjoy the stream, you're more than welcome to follow me on my YouTube, my Facebook page, as well as my Discord. You can find on my YouTube all of my Geek Nights. This was episode 9 tonight, right? And every night I do discuss a different comic. And if you always have any comics you want looked at, possibly graded, I could look at them for you, give my opinion. I'm not an official grader, but I can at least give you an idea. I've been doing this for so long. With grading, I've gotten it pretty close. I'm usually about 1.5 points off with my grading usually, especially when I buy comics. So that's how I can usually tell. But yeah, and as always, if you do enjoy the stream, you can also click that follow button. So I hope everyone has a wonderful evening, a good night. Do always check out my Monday Night Builders League. I do stream that. I also stream my different video games like Siege, which I will be streaming tonight. So have yourself a good night, and I'll see y'all next time.